Oh, hi. Sorry. Welcome, dolls, back to the dollhouse. Let's get comfy. Let's get joyful. How are you? I'm sorry. I just assume everything's fine when I start streaming, and then I find out that it's not indeed fine. It's broken. To Kinobot's credit, it did tell me in the script thingy, I don't know what it's called, in the log, it did say, hey, you're not authenticated. We failed to authenticate. And I'm like, I didn't even look at it. If I had looked at it before I hit go live, I might have caught it and prevented it from happening. You know what? I miss Jiggity. I don't see them much anymore, and I don't know. I hope they're doing okay. Hope they're well. What's happened to me before when I was still using Stream Elements? Yeah, I just don't pay attention. Oh, hi, Carb. Oh, hi, Dusty. Welcome in, Echo and Ven. I hope you guys are doing great. It's nice to see you. Also, Rose, hello. Welcome. I don't know what we're doing today. I just want to chill. Baby's been okay. His appointment went well. We actually spent a very short amount of time in the doctor's office. It's crazy. So the first time we went to the hospital to get his eye fixed, granted, he was very hungry and fussy, and we had been waiting for over an hour in the hospital. So by the time that we got into the doctor's office, he was already, on edge. And the doctor, came at him with these little, litmus strips. He had to test the stuff that was coming out of his eye to see what it was. And Wiggles just started freaking out, just real bad. And then, of course, he had the procedure, and that was traumatic. So on this second time, this follow-up, 2 weeks later, I was like, I'm so nervous to get in this hospital, if he recognizes where he is, if he has some sort of reaction, which when we got into the waiting area, he did kind of get upset, but then he chilled out. So when we got into the doctor's office, I'm like, oh boy, here we go. He's just kind of looking around, and the doctor, I see him start preparing the strips, and I'm like, oh no, it's happening. He goes for it, and Wiggles is just like, this is fine. I'm like, whoa, my baby. And so hubby and I were just praising him. You good boy, you're doing so good, blah, blah, blah. And then doctor has to come back and shine a light in his eye, and he's still I don't know if he was just maybe he remembered the procedure and was just waiting for the shoe to drop. I don't know. But he was a champ about it. He was really good. Yeah, so it was uneventful. So that actually took a minute tops. And then we actually had to wait around for billing, which is funny because it was free. But we spent a really long time waiting for billing to happen. I was hungry. I was like, I want to get out of here. But it went well. And then, he's been such a handful lately. Doing a little bit better on the meltdown front. Both mama and baby are working on it. Good times are really good. It's just that when this time of day rolls around, sometimes I'm just part of my brain is I don't want to stream, I don't want to do anything, I just want to lie down, blah. But I know that if I do that, I'm not gonna feel good. It doesn't make me feel better. It's just my brain being I need a break. And I'm like, okay, well, you can have a break and do something that you love at the same time. Though, as Carb brought up, yes, I've got little tiny blisters on my fingers. I don't know if you guys will be able to see them if we go to the desk. Let me make sure I got my music going. Let's go to the desk really quick, and I will show you. They're not gross or anything, so don't worry. But I have these little itty bitty, I don't know if you guys can see those, these little itty bitty blisters on my hands. I've got a bunch down on my thumb pad. I've got some on the tip of my thumb, all up a couple of my fingers. So I read this is what happens is I've been washing dishes like crazy because it makes me insane when there's dishes everywhere. And if I let them go for too long, the sink also gets real nasty. So I'm just like, I'm just going to stay on top of dishes. Like anytime Wiggles is eating food and chill, like he'll let me be in the kitchen washing dishes. So I'll wash them. But the thing is, I'm so anal about dishes being perfectly clean that I don't wear dishwashing gloves because I want to be able to feel if there's like oil or grease on a dish, and like, so I just keep washing and drying, and then of course after every diaper change, washing and drying, after cleaning up anything, washing and drying. So it's just that wet dry cycle has been really fucking up my hands. I do have hand cream that I started using today. It's still a bit uncomfortable though, so like I don't think that I can draw or hold a needle, especially the needle, because the needle I always hold at the edge of my thumb, and I've got a bunch right there. But I've been able to crochet a bit. That's not too terrible, but like, yeah, I don't know if drawing will be nice because I've also got blisters right here, and that's kind of where I hold the pen. Yeah, and on my thumb as well. I don't know. So I'm not sure what we're going to do today. I would like to work on something creative, if possible. I just don't know what that would be. If there's like any planning stuff I could do, or like brainstorming stuff, or like something that would still be enjoyable for you guys. Just hanging out. Like I don't know. I feel like hanging out though. Like I didn't want to not stream just because like I'm like, oh, I want to hang out with my buddies on Twitch, even though I don't have a goal today. Let me see if there's any chat that I've missed. Excuse me. He's been working. Oh, J-Bar. Imagine he's been sleeping whenever streams are going. Womp. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, my schedule's different now. I get it. Yeah. Yeah, I think he was stimulated a lot, but also, I don't know, like, he's just getting better at, like, taking on difficult situations. I don't know. It's happened to me recently. The blisters? Oh, no. Hand washing dishes is such a sensory issue for me. Can't even do gloves. Really? Is it the sound, or is it the water? Like, I don't know. I don't know, man. What should we do today, folks? I have a question. And I wanna maybe somebody in chat can help me out here. I need a new pair of headphones. These headphones that I have, they're very cute. They're very cute. Chat bought these for me a while back. I like them. They were like simple. I think these are technically for children because they're a little bit small. But they're also just kind of not great. They were starting to fall apart a little bit. And also so there's something up with the jack where I have to like wriggle it around to get the sound to work properly. Otherwise it sounds like it's playing in another room. So our city sent us some gift cards recently that are they're just like Visa gift cards to like help because the cost of living is going crazy, and so they just kind of, it's like a little very miniature stimulus thing. So I have like $30 to spend on something, so I was like, I'm trying to think of like, there's a lot of things that are kind of like on wish lists and like on lists. I'm like, oh, this would be nice to have. But I'm having a hard time deciding like, okay, what's the one thing on my list that is both approachable with this gift card, but also like that would most improve my life. And I'm wondering like, is it possible to find like a nice pair of headphones for like around that much, or do I need to invest more in my headphones? Like, because I'm such a cheapskate when it comes to stuff like this. Like, I get sticker shock really easily, but it's stupid because then I make a bunch of little purchases and then they build up and I still spent that amount of money. I just have a bunch of cheap shit now. You know what I mean? So the textures of it all really messes with me for some reason, even with the gloves. Or is it like the inside of the gloves also bothers you? That would suck. Had only one blister on my right middle finger. Popped it. No, don't pop it open. No, don't do that. I always hear that that's like the ultimate thing not to do. Ugh, cleaned it with a hand sanitizer. Did that not hurt like a bitch? Happened from dishwashing because I noticed I had dry skin on my palms in addition to the blister. Ugh. As a streamer, you don't really need something super intense for headphones. Decent headphones are normally a good chunk of money as far as I'm aware. Studio headphones would be like if you're working with music more. Which I don't. Like, I used to do some video editing and some audio stuff, like, back away in the day when I did that Ko-fi member podcast where I was like, we're gonna read War of the Worlds, and I never finished it. I don't enjoy this part of my personality where there's no follow through with me. Like, I don't complete things, and it makes me very upset. Hi, Kino. It absolutely hurts. You're typically not supposed to pop in blisters. They become open wounds. Yeah, generally fine as long as I keep my hands clean and stuff, which I do. I see. I know you remember. I hate it when I remember things like that I never finished. I just feel awful. Even with the gloves, get my hands wet when it's not just my hands. Oh, I see. It makes my skin crawl. I see. I also had a question, because this feels like an obvious question, but I do use my headphones as a speaker sometimes. Like right now, where I just blast up the volume, and maybe this is why they don't work anymore. Maybe it's my fault. Did I do this, or is my headphone jack just busted for some other reason? Because I like sometimes being able to not be wearing my headphones when I'm doing streaming stuff. So I'll just blast the volume and use it as like a quiet speaker, basically, sitting on my desk. But that's probably not good for it, right? It's probably not healthy for the headphones. Not finishing projects in which there's not much pressure to finish is pretty typical, especially for ADHD folks. You know what? I wonder if that's what is going on with I wonder if that's my personal flavor of neurospice. Just use paper plates for time being, much easier. I see. Might be your headphone jack. If I don't have a deadline for a personal project, I probably won't do it or finish it. I mean, even if I give myself a deadline, then I just feel bad if I don't hit the deadline either. Like, it's just like, I don't know. I can't win. Don't think they typically have that much of an effect. It does wear it down, but it shouldn't be that bad. Blasting it as a speaker? Okay. So maybe it's fine. Could be it's not the first time we suspected it. The only thing we've suspected it for. That's true. It's true. I do have issues with task paralysis, with follow through, with attention, with transitions, executive dysfunction. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that was going on with me. But at the same time, I don't feel like it's affecting me negatively enough to like seek diagnosis and or medication. I'm just like, you know, sometimes it's mildly annoying, and like if I'm aware of it, like I'm not really beating myself up over stuff. It just, you know, it just irritates me sometimes. I'm like, ugh, I wish I didn't do that, but I don't know. Getting it diagnosed and treated in Japan, I suspect is somewhere finding a lot tougher. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I have heard a lot that mental health treatment in Japan is real difficult to come by. But I also don't know. The thing that also I don't get is I feel like insurance is such a black box for me. Like, a lot of the time things are very affordable and or free because of how much we pay for national health insurance. But then sometimes I have an ambulance ride and a single stay in the hospital, and it puts me back like a few $100, and I'm just like, well, I mean, to be fair to the US especially, I know that few $100 could well be a few thousand if I were in the States. But, you know, coming to expect like things being very, very affordable and then like not expecting that big of a sticker on it was just kind of, that was hard. Especially when I was already financially, on the edge, That's why you got folks to help you out with reminders for stream and content stuff, especially the mods. Yeah, I don't know. It also overwhelms me to think about the whole, like, going through that whole process and potentially coming out the other side, like the diagnosis and seeking out treatment and doing all that. It feels like a lot of work, only to potentially come out the other side not being any better for it, Like, that's what I think I'm most nervous about, is, like, investing myself in something that's not gonna turn out to help me at all. And then I will feel like I've wasted time and energy and possibly money. So, yeah, so that's why I'm not super motivated to do anything about it. But headphones, I wanna figure out what I should be looking for versus should I wait until I have a little bit more spendable income to get a new set. Speaking of healthcare and insurance, I'm getting antsy waiting for my testosterone to get approved. I am keeping my fingers crossed for you, friendo. I'd probably wait. How much would you pay for... I mean, like, I know, Dusty, you work with, like, video editing and stuff, so you probably want something, like, real nice, right? Like, but what's, like, a decent range I should approach? Like, as somebody who wants to just use it for, every day, watching videos, playing games, and using as a speaker when I'm streaming. Adderall was definitely a game changer for me, but you can't get in Japan, of course. That's another thing, is like, Japan with medication is I think they're a little too careful. You know what I mean? I don't know. The ones I work with are okay. They're not studio headphones. They work. Have lasted for quite a few years. Ones I've had are like 34. Oh, well, that's the range I'm looking at right now. So, another pair of headphones I'm saving for is about 200, but they supposedly have good noise canceling. Oh, noise canceling is very good. I don't need noise canceling as much as I used to when we lived on a really busy street. Right now, I'm looking out the window at some nice quiet trees and bamboo and stuff, so maybe I'll need that when Wiggles gets bigger and is like home screaming about stuff. I don't know. When is he gonna stop taking naps? Like, how old do kids stop taking naps? When do children stop needing naps? Between 3 and 6. Alright, I got a couple years. But he'll also probably be going to preschool as well, so I'll have more hours in my day. Him and Cake simultaneously yelling. I bet, yeah. Oh, man. I don't know what to do with myself today, you guys. Is there a craft I could do that would not involve these blisters getting aggravated? I also haven't been using my little cinnamon roll planner. Typing up lore stuff. I'm not sure what I need to... I guess typing it as a story, you mean? Like writing a script for like a potential graphic novel. Depends on the child. He could develop a little faster than average, that's true. I was surprised because, so we have a couple, there's his twin that lives across the street, and then there's another baby down the street who's the same age. So we often all meet in the little park next to our house to play. And I was surprised to hear from the other moms that both of their kids are still doing several naps a day. And I was like, but then also talking about how their kids like don't sleep enough, like they don't, like one parent is like, oh, she falls asleep like really late at night, And then the other parent is like, oh yeah, his naps sometimes last 3 to 4 hours. And both hubby and I were looking at each other like, so they don't cap their naps, and they also haven't dropped to 1 nap yet, which is just surprising to me. But I don't know if it's just a cultural difference, or if it's we're informed differently, or I don't know. But I'm just like, well, yeah, our kid goes to bed pretty damn early. Because his mom is selfish and wants her me time, but he also wakes up pretty early. But yeah, he only takes like a 2-3 hour nap in the middle of the day, and then he's good. I don't know, I think it's just, I'm really anxious, so I'm always looking things up and always trying to figure out where he's at developmentally, and like where he should be and what we should be doing. And I worry about it, and I think about it, and I feel like I'm going and going and going all the time. Do I feel like typing up lore stuff? I just feel like there would not be much for you guys to look at. I feel like it would get really quiet while I'm just typing. I don't know. Like, I want... He's trying... You know what he's doing? Well, he's pointing a lot now. He's pointing at stuff, which is fun. But he's also, because he's gotten to a point where with both pointing and some words that he knows, even though he doesn't pronounce them properly, we understand what he means. There's more communication happening, but he gets frustrated when he tries to communicate something and he doesn't have the words for it, and just pointing doesn't communicate what it is he wants or is trying to communicate. And so he gets really frustrated, and then I get frustrated, and we're both just like, like, I wish I could understand you. Yeah, I hope so, because my pitch accent in Japanese is kind of garbage, so I really don't want to give him a weird accent. Papa Dodo, basically. He started saying Nenu, and I didn't know what Nenu meant. But he would just, like, look at me, and he'd get this sad look on his face, like, Mama, Nenu, Nenu, Nenu. And I'm like, I don't know what it means. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know what Nenu means. I'm sorry. Oh, poor baby. Poor little man. Excuse me. Nunu! Yeah, I don't know. Oh, Keki's here. Hello, ma'am. Hello. Yeah, come in. Hey, please don't just stand in the hallway. Come inside, please. Come on. She's being nuts. Hi, Kichi. No, ne, like ne. Nenu. But also, like, he doesn't really have, I don't know, he's not limited, he's not limited by Japanese phonemes, because we also speak English with him. But it is more like ne. But he's not really differentiating between them with his own words right now, because he's not... No, okay, so nenne is his word for nap, because that's the Japanese, like baby Japanese for nap, nenne. It also means lying down. So he understands he understands terms in both English and Japanese. So for example, I was on the phone with my mom, and I did not have any bread in front of me, but I said the word bread, and he said pampang, which is bread. Oh, Kino, you're not going to get anywhere, bud. If I can't get anywhere, don't worry about it. But also, if I say window, he says dado, which means mado, which is window. So yeah, or if I say lie down, he understands the words lie down. He just doesn't say lie down. He says nenne. So, but it's all over the place. It's all over the place. I just don't know what nenu means. It could be anything. Yeah. Yeah, he is really adorable. He also says pang pang for the frying pan. He says pang pang. He calls potatoes tete. What else? He's got new words lately. He just learned the word bug, so he says baba. Or boo-boo. He learned poo-poo. For diaper, he says papa. There's a whole bunch of stuff where he's just like approximating, you know? Yeah. He's super cute. He says babo for strawberries. It is an important word for a baby. I'm really trying to, you know, hammer that one in because I would like to start potty training as soon as we can. But he's not communicating when he goes yet. I'm just trying to link when I know he is, or when I have a strong feeling that he is, to using the word, so. Yeah. He's definitely understanding a lot more. But yeah, he needs to learn some more sounds. He needs to learn how to make new sounds. We usually say unchi, not unko. We say unchi. I'm not sure what the difference is. I don't think there is a difference. But he has a picture book about poop. It's called Minna Unchi. Everybody poop. But it's not that everybody poops. It's a different everybody poops. Yeah, I don't think there is a difference. Sorry. Days like these are hard for me because I know that I want to do something. I don't know what it is, and I feel like I'm wasting time trying to figure out what it is. And I also feel like, you know, I just started without a... That's the thing, too, is I'm like, Hey, we don't bite. You know we don't bite. Why are you biting me? I don't know. Is it weird that I feel like when I play games, it's not on theme, it's not on brand? Am I a weirdo for feeling that way? Trying to bite the blisters off. Well, they're not on that hand anyway. But oh my god, I scratched one of them by accident earlier. Oh, that pain. Such exquisite pain. Not weird? Okay. Because that's how I feel. It's like, I don't feel like... I enjoy it. It's not that I don't enjoy it. I just feel like if I want somebody... If somebody new comes in, you know, I don't want to give people the wrong idea. Like, not the wrong idea. This sounds so stupid. I'm trying to verbalize this well. I want the stuff that I do... The stuff that people know me for, the stuff that people come in for, the stuff that people follow for and stay for, to be the stuff that I like the most, which is the creating things. You know, I want that to be very on brand. I want to promote my art and my crafts and stuff like that. And I enjoy games, I obviously do. And it's not that I don't enjoy them with chat. It's just, I just don't want to be a variety streamer like that. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. It's not something you do super regularly unless it's a long play like Tears of the Kingdom. Yes. I will always play a Zelda game. Sunburn's been really itchy. Ah, God, that's the worst. You want them to know what the regular programming is. Yeah, that's what it is. Blisters on the hand. You say you don't know where they came from. No, we talked about it earlier. I think it's all the hand washing. I've been doing a lot of dishes and a lot of hand washing between diaper changes. I need to just not do the reflex where I just start washing something without putting the dishwashing gloves on. I need to protect my hands. Yeah. No, they're not second degree burns. They're like teeny little, they're like little dots. They're like these little blister guys. They're all on my thumb. Hurts. That's super fair. Not to be misguided with this one section of your streams. Yeah. You're good if they don't stick around for the regular makers of crafting art. That's not on you. I know. But it's like, I want to build a community that cares about that stuff. And like, it's also, you know what it also is? So I always tell that story about the Hanafuda card, the frog that's jumping up into the tree, but it can't reach, and the poet that's like, stupid frog, you can't reach that tree, and then the wind blows just at the right moment when the frog is jumping, and the tree and the frog meet, and it gets into the tree, and the poet's like, I am an idiot, I should be more like the frog. I feel, and maybe this is me overthinking, it could totally be, if I ever get lucky with, let's say, you know, like a big streamer decides to raid somebody small like myself and is bringing a community in that cares about a particular thing, I want to make sure that I'm doing the thing that I would like to be known for and that I would like to promote. I want to be doing that thing when that sort of lucky thing happens. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? And I say that, and yet, you know, half the time I'm not even crafting right now, but like, I also, you know, I have a little baby boy, and that's kind of, you know, but I still wanna, even if I'm not, like right now, like, even if I'm not actively making something, I've got my bracelets on screen, I've got BB on screen, you know, I've got my aesthetic that's going on here, and people can come in and see that, you know? If I'm playing Slay the Spire or whatever, and it's literally just taking up the whole screen, like, I feel like people don't learn enough about me that way. I don't know. I also feel like with games, I feel like I'm competing. I don't want to compete with the wrong, like the people that I don't, how do I say this in a way that doesn't sound stupid? I don't want to compete with gamers. Like, gaming is already, like, it's the main part of this platform. You know what I mean? It's the vast majority of Twitch. I kind of want to rule my own little kingdom in this smaller section of, like, crafting and art, you know? Like, art is really big, too. I feel like art is something that I'm also very intimidated by. Though less so than, like, games, because I'm not a gamer. I don't consider myself somebody who's very good at games or who plays them enough to, like, have good commentary or whatever. It's just like I'm definitely casual, you know, and I'm fine with that. I don't know. I'm just, like, trying to explain my silly brain, but, like, I feel like it's just not the right space for me online. I feel like the game part, like, I can talk about games and, like, enjoy them and stuff, but, like, I don't know. I just, even, like, the Slay the Spire stuff, too, I would get, like, embarrassed and be like, I'm not very good at the strategy. I just kind of play for funsies, and, like, I get embarrassed if I make stupid mistakes or, like, choices. I don't know. You should totally become a World of Warcraft streamer. I played it once, and I was like, this is not for me. I'm sorry. Call of Duty, absolutely not for me. Yeah. You want to stay in your lane? Yeah, stay in my lane, but also, like, I've also expressed this opinion before. I feel like the makers and crafting space is underserved in terms of folks who care both about the craft but also about production value of their streams. And I don't know if that's, like, snooty to say, but I do feel like there is an element missing. So, like, just take all the 3D printing, like, channels and just, like, set them aside for a second. I'm just talking about folks who are doing a specific kind of craft with their hands. I feel like a lot of crossover between people who do crafts but that don't really care to make their streams look super nice or, like, put a lot of effort into developing, like, kind of, not a, I don't want to say brand. It feels wrong. But you know, kind of a brand. Like there was one stream. Cake. All right. You need to go. There was one stream a couple years ago that I was like super interested in the craft the person was doing, but they had an audio issue where it was like there was this high pitched whine, and you guys know I've got misophonia. I could not handle it. And I think I brought it up in chat, but like they were like, "Oh no, I can't do anything about that." And I'm just like, there's no way you can't do a single thing about that, you know, like there's gotta be some like they were so dismissive of it. I was just like, I can't be here. I can't be here. And I was so upset because I wanted to see the craft, but I didn't want to like mute. I wanted it to be like, you know, an interactive thing, which is the whole thing about Twitch, is you get to interact. And like, yeah, then there was another one where I felt like I asked a question about the craft that they were doing, and they also just felt like the person who was doing the craft just didn't have a lot of like, God, I feel like such a judgmental asshole talking about this stuff, but they just weren't very engaging or engaged. I was like, I had this vibe like, you don't want to be here, you know? And I'm like, why are you streaming if you sound like you'd rather not talk to anybody or like talk about your craft? Like, it just felt very off-putting. I don't know. I do have a cake. You would play a game if you really wanted to play it on stream. Yeah, like, you know, if there's a Zelda game or something, I guess I would, but like, yeah, I want the category to be elevated for sure. Yeah. Like, I'm not saying that I'm an amazing streamer, but I do feel like I care about production, right? And maybe this is just me personally, like maybe this is what, you know, I used to be in performance, I used to be on stage, I also used to be an educator, which is a kind of performance a little bit. I really enjoy the performance aspect of it too, you know? I enjoy being up on stage in front of people, having a good time, and people having a good time back. Like, this is a really great platform for me, you know, showing... I get to do the handcraft stuff that I've always loved, but also be a performer at the same time. Like, that's amazing, you know? Yeah, so, like, I care about what the stream looks like because I, as a viewer, care about that. I want that experience to be enjoyable, you know? It's not only the craft that brings me into a stream, and this is also a reason why I don't tend to take raid suggestions. I like to check out streams before raiding them. Like, I like to get to know them a little bit, get the vibes a little bit. I have raided people sight unseen before, and sometimes I'm just like, that wasn't quite the vibe, you know? Like, but I don't know, and I know that people need a chance, too, to grow, because obviously my first streams were garbage, like, in terms of audio, in terms of visuals, like, in terms of me being on and performing, like, it was very, you know, you gotta start somewhere, but sometimes I feel, and this happens when I check in on a creator that I haven't watched in a year or two, or even months, whatever, and they haven't budged, you know. This is more when it's been years rather than months. I just realized, I'm like, okay, Jesse, it's been like a couple of years since you did all this, your current setup, you know. But like, it's been a few years and you haven't changed anything about your stream, and you're still very small and like not getting many viewers, and it's like, I don't know, like, I don't know. I feel like I'm being really judgy, and like, I feel like I'm being an asshole right now, but I'm not trying to be, but I feel like it's coming out wrong. I just feel like the makers category could use more folks who care both about their craft and about the experience of people watching, because I think, especially nowadays with Gen AI and all this garbage, crafting, making things with your hands, creativity, that isn't just digital art or whatever, which is lovely and wonderful, but we've got enough. We've got a lot of that already. I want people to see things being made, because we have lost touch with mass manufacturing and shitty work conditions to make things super cheap. Bullshit like Wish.com and Shein and all that garbage. We have lost touch, the general we have lost touch with what human effort is worth, what handmade pieces are worth, because we're used to fast fashion and things being cheap, and I feel like if we have content where somebody is creating something right in front of you in real time. I'm even thinking about Instagram Reels where people like speed up the process and you see like a time lapse. I'm not even into time lapses because I'm like, it gives you a false impression of how much time and effort goes into making something. I think we could increase the number of people who appreciate this kind of stuff. I think this is what it is. This is the core of why I want to be doing this stuff when people see me, rather than like playing a game or something. Like, because I care about it, because I want to share it in terms of like, I want people to appreciate it how I appreciate it. So that, I don't know, so that we can just touch base with handmade things and crafting and the human experience, the creative experience, and what this is actually worth, and support people who make these things and are pouring their heart and soul into things. Because I know that there's a lot of wonderful, creative, talented, skilled people out there making things and then pricing them too low because they're worried people won't see them as accessible, right? Or worth the money, and that's tough. So that's why I like Twitch so much, because it's live. If you come in here and you see me making something, there's no time lapses going on here, You see exactly what pace I'm working at. You see the issues I run into. When I was cross-stitching and I crossed all my stitches the wrong way and I had to pull it all out, you see that, that whole process. I think it's really valuable, and I think the makers and crafters category could just use some more love. It could use a little bit more attention to detail, a little bit more attention to production value, which, I understand, like, people don't have both of those skill sets all the time, but I wish that there were more folks who did care about, creating more of an aesthetic or a space, or, I don't know. Am I making sense? I hope so. Let me go through chat. I went off on a little rant. When I've been doing my live translation stuff, I love when people chime in and ask questions and such. The interaction part is so valuable. Excuse me. One of my first instances with Twitch was when I'd watch a friend. He'd like not read Twitch at all, like not read chat. Instead, just be talking to his one friend who joined him. Felt the exact way, like, why are you streaming? You just want to play with them and hang out with them. I do feel that way sometimes sometimes there's been a creator that I enjoy, but they are streaming, like, with other people, like, just a little too often. Like they can do whatever they want. But for me, personally, as a viewer, I'm cool with that, like, every once in a while. But if it's literally, like, every stream that I see you in, it makes me not want to come in anymore. Like, because it's, like, that's something that I think a lot of people value about Twitch streams, is especially if there's streamers that they enjoy interacting with. Even if it's difficult because there's a lot of people in chat, I don't want people to be attention seeky, it's not like, it's still parasocial, right? It's like, I don't have a personal relationship with you, but I like the friendliness that we have, like, we can treat it as it is in a healthy way, I think. But yeah, when it's every single stream, or you don't even make a single attempt to include your viewers, like, you gotta respect your viewers, right? Why are you on low power mode? You are charging currently. Madam Phone. Weird. Okay. Yeah. Like if I didn't want that, why would I stream it? It's one of my pet peeves. Would traditional drawing be included in that? Sorry. You gotta remind me. I'm sorry, you gotta remind me. I went off on a tangent. Remind me what the included in what. Would traditional drawing be included in what? Let me know. I just get completely disengaged when streams are like that and leave if that's the vibe of the stream. Yeah. If it's like, I don't feel valued as a viewer, I get that. Absolutely. On the one hand, I do understand when the streamer can't give you their full attention. I have one of my favorite streamers literally cannot read everything in chat because they would never stop reading chat. You know what I mean? Like there's just too many people. It's too many people who are like actively engaged and excited. So they have to skip messages, and sometimes my messages get skipped. You know, sometimes it's like a lot of the time. But I don't hold it against the streamer because it's not their fault that they're very popular and engaging and magnetic. Like that's the reason I'm there, you know? So it's like, I don't blame the streamer for that because I see them, they are attempting to connect with chat, you know? They're not just straight up ignoring. And like, I know you get to a point where, you know, I go into DM stream sometimes and like, I don't even know how she does it, you know? She cannot interact with everything in chat. I get it. Like, stuff drowns in chats. That's why slow mode is a thing. But it's when you are, when you're not at that level, right? Say you've got like 10 people in the room like I do right now. Like, yeah, if there were 10 people in the room and I'm like actively ignoring chat, like, what's the point? What's the point? I don't have an excuse for that unless I'm like super heavily focused on something in the moment, and which I always apologize for, you know? It's like, oh, sorry guys, I got really focused, and people are usually like chill about it because they know that when I'm not in focus mode, I'm engaging with you guys, right? I think that's the difference. Is like, does the chat, does the audience feel like you respect them enough to interact with them and care about them? You know, it's like, otherwise, yeah, what is the point? Why are you here? Why are you streaming and not making a YouTube video? You know, if you don't want to engage directly with the people who are in the room, why are you live streaming? The way you were sounding at first sounded a little judgy. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's not out of place, like gatekeeping or something akin to that. It more so comes across as something you want to see flourish more. It's like, I see folks' potential and I just feel a little deflated when I don't know, like I don't want to be judgy. That is a flaw that I have that I try to keep bottled up because I know it doesn't come from a place of authenticity for me. It comes from a lot of stuff that I absorbed as a child, and like, so I am always fighting judgmental thoughts, and sometimes I feel like I have a point I want to make and I know somehow it's justified, but the way that I talk about it, I know that it comes across as super judgmental, and like that's something I want to figure out how to communicate in a way where it's not judginess. It's like I genuinely want people to succeed, not just for my benefit, for their benefit, because there are people who are like making really cool stuff and doing really cool things that I can't do. They have some skill that I'm like, that's cool. But at the same time, it's like, I just want you to just like make it look nice on the screen. Like, take your time, you know, like, you know, you can't do it in a day, but I come back years later and I'm like, oh man, you still got like the same shitty mic, or like same, like, you know, I don't know. And yeah, you know what, that comes across as really judgmental because like, you need support in order to do, like, they might be in a place where they're not able to purchase a new mic, or like they're not able to do certain things, but like, I don't know. Yeah, now I'm starting to feel like I put my foot in my mouth. I'm not sure. You can't control whoever joins the category. You control how you work and present yourself. Yeah, like, I want to encourage people to care more about what things look like and what the vibe is and everything, and like, but again, I feel like that's making me come across like, oh, I have all the answers and I'm good at this, and no. You want to be the presentation you want to see in Makers and Crafting, yeah, and like I just want to see more out of it. I want to see more folks who feel the way I do about it, that the more attention we can have on the things that we make and the skills that we employ, and like, you know, and the curiosity around like different kinds of creative endeavors. Like, I want to see more attention on that, and I know you can't get attention unless the presentation is enjoyable. You know, you don't have to be a VTuber, you don't have to do anything crazy, it doesn't have to be overly thematic, but it does need to be a pleasant experience. And sometimes I just don't feel like there's enough of that, enough effort put towards the making it a pleasant experience, and I feel like it does a disservice to the craft in question. I don't know. To add on to that annoyance, when a streamer has someone on a Discord call, but the person on call isn't even participating in what the streamer is doing. What? Wait, why are they on the call? I don't get it. Oh, like they're just chatting, but like not doing something together? That would bother me. I'm kind of eepy. You were talking to your phone. Never mind, don't worry about me. Oh, why are you in low power mode? Would traditional art be included in the stuff the art category needs more of? I'm talking about makers and crafters category. I'm not talking about art. I feel like the art category, we have a lot of, you know, like, I feel like there's enough people who care about presentation, and there's a lot of eyeballs on the art category. I feel like it's next to gaming for me. Is like, art is usually chock full of folks. But when I go to like peruse makers and crafters to look for like somebody to raid, or like somebody to get interested in, like, I just don't feel that click as much, you know? Like, I feel like, I don't know, I just want more. I want more. I want more crafters to be on Twitch. Yeah. Digital art is the most common type of art due to its abundance. It would be cool to see more traditional art. I think, yeah, it definitely would. Not that there isn't traditional art period. It's that if you care enough to do more traditional art, you should push for that in content. Yeah. DM slow mo being one of my formative Twitch experiences helped me understand how some streamers will make an effort to respect their chat, and I really admired that about her and streamers like her. Yeah, she works so fucking hard, dude. I don't want to be in her shoes. Like, part of me is like envious of the success that she's had, and part of me is like, I don't want to do what you have to do to maintain that. Like, she's incredible. She's really incredible. I really admire her energy and effort, and she's just a really hard worker, and I think she's really great. I don't think you can avoid being judgy if you're reflecting off of your observations and experience. That's not bad judgmental perspective. That's you saying what you see, expressing how you feel about it. Yeah, I just want to be careful. I don't want people to feel like I'm sitting on a high horse, or like, especially when it comes to like equipment and like not being able to afford stuff. I know all about that. Like, I only have my mic because hubby bought it for me. You know, he bought me my mic and my camera, my first camera. The one that I currently use as a desk cam. I used to use it for everything. You know, I would not be here even at this level without support from him and from you guys. Like, the whole community, you know, has come together to make this space what it is. And like, I'm not saying it's just me. It is absolutely not just me. So I understand if folks don't have that same sort of support in their life or in their chat. You do get lucky and you do get boosts from people. Like, I don't know how much I would have grown by this point if I hadn't had an enormous boost from DM in the beginning. She's the one who, she was my first commission for a doll back when I was making the other version of these dolls. Like, she was the first one who offered me money to make a doll for her. And I streamed that. And she put eyeballs on it. And yeah, I'm very lucky that, you know, that I have a friend who's in a position to do that, to bring attention to the thing that I'm doing. Because that really got the ball rolling for me. So I want to also appreciate, you know, she was my gust of wind, right? If I'm that little frog, you know, me being the frog was me working on the commission on stream. And her gust of wind was commissioning me and also, you know, raiding, bringing folks over and putting eyeballs on my stuff, you know. So I want to be realistic and not, you know, not gloss over the luck part of it or the help part of it. I guess I'm not upset when I see people years later and their stream hasn't changed at all and they're still very small. Like, I just feel like a little sad, I guess. Is like, man, I wish you had a boost. Or I guess I think what I've been doing is I've been making it sound like all they need is effort and care from within themselves, when I know that's not the only thing that will get you through and help you improve. You need help. You need support. And I think the way I was talking before maybe sounded like it's all on the streamers themselves, but I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I think I just feel a little like, I wish, you know, we could boost your, because like I'm often not in a position to be that support myself, like financially or whatever. And like I've been burned times when I'm like, hey, your audio's a little, you know, when the streamer's like, yeah, I can't do that about it. I'm not doing anything about that. I don't know. Maybe I should stop talking about this. Just do your best not to stress out about that stuff. Yeah. Yeah. I still engage with her work, but tend to focus when I'm working on. Can maybe accept that's a co-streaming. Or it just means one person has more access to the streamer than anyone else in chat. Shouldn't they be in chat too? Yeah. Yeah, because it's like, I feel like when somebody's on call, they should be participating in the entertainment aspect. Like, if they're not streaming themselves, they should at least be trying to help entertain their streamer friends' chat. You know? Like, who is it for? Who is it for at the end of the day? Doesn't add much to the content. Like, the streamer feels better about someone just being there, fine, but they're not focusing on the streamer helping add to it. And it's like, yeah. It's awkward. It's awkward. You make dolls? I sure do. You need to see my shop. If you don't live in the US, you can get one. Oh, boy. Speaking of the shipping stuff, I know Kino posted about it in the Discord. Oh, I think a lot of... Wait, was it in general? There's been a lot of... Yeah, it was. There it is. There's been a lot of chat in general lately. Oh, hi, Kay. I'm a proud owner of some Jessie dolls. You sure are. You got the Hinamatsuri dolls. Yeah, so, unfortunately, this whole thing about sending stuff to the States, it's just... So if it's under $100, and it's commercial, or even if it's over, if it's commercial, I have to go to a designated post office. That's not literally every post office. So the one nearest to me would not accept my parcels. I would have to be driven downtown in our town, in our little town. I had to be driven to a larger post office that would accept them, first of all, but also using the app to pay duties you also have to pay a usage fee to the app, and it's the only one that they accept. Yeah, when using the application to pay customs duties and other fees, Zonos will charge a usage fee. And I don't even know how much it would be, so I can't price it. Like, I don't know how I would even start. So I'm just like, if it could be just like simple again, I would be fine with that. I feel like I came in the middle of a serious convo. I was a little bit, but I was also like trying to be reflective of the way that I was expressing my feelings, because I feel like I was coming across a little judgmental and a little out of touch, but I genuinely just want to see the crafting space on Twitch specifically. I want to see it grow and flourish, and I want people to be successful in their streams and in their content so that we can get more eyes and appreciation on handicrafts, because that's what I care about. That's what I care about. Got them before shipping. What to ship? Yay. Yay. Yeah, I don't know. If De Minimis could come back at some point, that'd be great. But we're gonna just try to wait out all this nonsense that's going on. I think I'm gonna wait a couple of years. I'm not gonna put these in the shop, even for non-US folks. The bracelets are gonna stay out of the shop for now, I think. I don't know. Oh, now that I say it, I'm like, am I really ready to dedicate that to that? But I don't know, like, because I need more time in the day to dedicate to the small business aspect of my stuff. And that's not gonna happen until Wiggles is in preschool, so that I can have more actual downtime where I'm not worried about him, you know. I'm not worried about having to run get him or whatever. So I don't know. My shop, the Ko-fi shop, is open for non-US folks. Can someone tell Jessie how cool she is while I find my way to increase my finances and migrate to a non-US country legally naturalized there in a single day? Okay, thanks, bye. How do I ban YouTube trolls from Twitch? Dusty Sock Guy's been more and more annoying every time he pops in a chat, pulling too many shenanigans. Nah, I think he's fine. I think you're being a little salty Sam. I don't know. I hope that I've articulated things in a way that doesn't sound out of touch or like unsympathetic, because I do think people try, and I know it's hard, especially in this category, because this category, I say this category, makers and crafting category, is kind of, you know, tough to grow on. Like, I think, honestly, I don't think I've only grown because of the makers category. I think I have grown because I do the VTubing stuff. I think I have grown because of Japan. I think I have grown because of, you know, friends that I have that also have large audiences that bring more eyeballs on my stuff. And, like, I don't know. Like, I do feel like it is not purely based on my own merits, and it's not purely based on my crafting, because I have done other content too. I used to do a lot more variety of things as well. So, I don't know. So I feel like some people came in for certain games and stuck around because they were like, oh, this seems sort of interesting, sure. Like, I feel like sometimes people come in and they don't even have a prior love for crafts or anything, and they just kind of stick around, and then they end up seeing crafts and stuff. But, like, but then there's also people I feel like come in during a certain game or a certain activity, and then the next time, like, they kind of drop off the face of the earth when I start getting back to what I want to do. So I don't know. I don't know what my point is. I think my point is just that lots of people are different, and I like crafts, and I want people to appreciate crafts, but you also can't force people to appreciate crafts. And so I just try to be as entertaining as possible while still doing the stuff that I love. And hoping that people will at least stick around for me and then maybe develop a love of the craft. I don't know. He also accounted for how the other side of like people who don't push for higher quality stuff due to different circumstances, you're not coming across as indifferent at all. Okay, I hope so, because I do get nervous about the way I communicate, because I feel like sometimes I feel like in my head I'm saying the thing that I am meaning to say, and like, but then when I hear it back, I'm like, oh, that sounded wrong. Like, that's not what I meant to convey, you know? I just get nervous. What do we even do? Are we literally just chatting today? Excuse me. Oh, I just feel like I don't know. That's quite real, I'll be honest. I'm guilty of that with other streamers, regardless of if I make an effort to pop in other streams and stuff. I'm trying to do better about. Like, those people will come and go, and the people that come and then disappear. People that stick around, regardless of what you do, are the people you want. Chatting and admire their pretty releases, so thank you. Should I bring out more of them? I feel both bad and good about these not being available yet. Like, oh, I made a rainbow. Let's get some green in there. Like, I don't know. Oh, I like this a lot. Like a lullaby version. Yeah, I think I'm trying to be, like, living in the future a little bit. Like, thinking about what I want to do when I have more time. When this part of my child growing up has passed. And, like, I want to still appreciate how little he is. Like, he's so funny. And there are really pure moments of joy. But yeah, I still feel like I have this feeling like I will be a more confident kid mom than I am a baby mom. Like, it's really hard. This not being able to communicate even a little bit is difficult. And just the mess is difficult. Him getting frustrated that he's not able to do certain things is difficult. I just look forward to him growing and acquiring more skills. Nenu, oh god. And becoming more independent, because as he does, I get a little bit more of my life back. But also, you know, I don't want it to sound like I only care about myself and my individual life. I want him to be part of it. I want to be able to share the stuff that I do with him. Oh no. Do you hear that? Oh, Bubba. Okay, I'll be right back. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. So, okay. It's only been an hour and a half. It's not really enough nap time, but I went in there and he was the reason I ran away. Usually I let him, work it out and cry and then go back to sleep. The reason I ran away is because he was standing up with his arms up in the air, as though he's reaching for somebody. I ran in and he was shaking and looked terrified. And I don't know if it's just that I don't know if he had a bad dream. I don't know if it's his teeth. It could be his teeth. He was panicked. It woke hubby up. Hubby is holding him now. I think I might need to end stream because I don't know if he's gonna go back to sleep at all. And I'm not even really doing anything here. We've just been chatting. Hi, Sassy. I'm sorry about the timing. I don't know if he had a nightmare, but he's also been teething. I think his molars are coming in next, which I have heard are very, very painful to cut. Hi, Rika. Thank you. They should be available in a couple of years. Hopefully. I don't know. I really hope things are better by then. But yeah, we've just been chatting. We've just been talking about stuff. I'll stay here for a few more minutes and wrap things up. But I wanted to just think a little bit about all the stuff that I want to do, all the stuff that is I dream about, doing someday, one day. I want to actively work towards them somehow, and I think that's partly why I've been working on the bracelets, because I feel like these are a really nice addition to the shop. I think that they are very approachable for folks. I think it's a really great way to enjoy kimono fabrics. If you don't have access to kimono, or you are just too intimidated to learn to wear them, or don't want to invest all the capital it takes to buy all the things that you need to wear a kimono, just to enjoy the fabrics a little bit. I did mention this last time. Thankfully my supplier still has this chain in stock, so I might just buy next time I'm financially good. I might just get a bunch more chain and just have them on hand, because I think that these could be really cool to just distribute to folks. I think it would be really, really neat. But I want to have stuff like this that I feel very confident about people enjoying, and something that can spread my love of kimono and crafts and all that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to think about the future and what I want to accomplish. And they're I don't know. They feel kind of small goals in terms of doing a craft fair or stuff like that. Yeah. Kimono are very, very spendy, especially if you get one made to measure. Because they're handmade, but they're also handmade by people whose skill and craft is dying, literally. So I completely understand. Most of my kimono, aside from 2, are thrifted, and those 2 I paid for in installments over a couple of years. So yeah. Okay, we're gonna wrap things up because I want to go help with baby, and it might just be time for him to get up from a nap, since it seems like something is really bothering him. So we're gonna see if there's somebody to raid. Thanks for hanging out. I'm sorry to end it like this suddenly, but it is what it is. It happens. And also, we weren't really doing much. We're just chatting, so yeah, let's see. Where do I want to go? Wait. Okay. We're gonna take you over to a crafter. We're gonna do a maker and crafter who I haven't seen in a while. Do you also have a baby now? I don't know. There is a baby command that you can do, and they're, or they. Oh, are you talking about the dog? I can't tell. I can't tell. Okay, I don't know if they're talking about a human baby or about a corgi baby, but it says baby noises, possible scream into eardrums. So I don't know if that is baby or corgi. But we're gonna go say hi to Chimera, who's doing some crochet. It looks like they're making an elephant. This looks super cute. So we're gonna go say hi to Chimera. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for being chill about my somewhat judgmental bullshit. I try not to come across as judgmental, but I also am very aware that it does sometimes. But honestly, I just want to see crafters thrive. I just want to see more from the category. Oh, it looks like baby's falling asleep on hubby's shoulder, but I can't guarantee that he'll be down for a nap. So yeah, I also hope Babo feels better. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate it. I will be back probably tomorrow, and yeah, we'll do something. We'll do something. I'm gonna try to get these blisters off of my hands. I don't know how long it'll take, but I would love to get back to crafting and making stuff and art, stuff like that. So yeah. Oh, bye Dundee. Can't have a baby with my current equipment. Oh, you're talking about a stream you want to read. Dusty. Jesus Christ. Okay. Thank you much. Oh, bye Gay. Thank you so much for being here. Please be a doll for me. Nope, that's not what I say anymore, right? Oh no, it is, right? Wait, be a doll for me. Yes. Take comfort, joy home with you. See you in the dollhouse again real soon. Bye. Oh, 9. What the fuck is wrong with me?